Here's how Cameron invited me to the studio after I rapped for him when I first moved to LA. Let's get into the story. And yes, I do mean this Cameron.
Hey, Ma. What's up? All right.
Now, for a lot of you who don't know, I started rapping when I was 15 years old, and when I first moved to LA, I was still pursuing my media dream and my rap dream simultaneously. I moved here not knowing anyone, not knowing any connections, but just figuring it out along the way and having a dream that one day I will be in the right rooms, I will be in the position I want to be in, and my dreams will come true. And one of my dreams was to be a professional rapper. So one of the first places I went to in LA when I first moved here was Complex Con in Long Beach. Didn't know anybody here, so I Ubered there by myself. I talked to some people in line. I met some people there, but I was just wandering around wide-eyed, about to see Kid Cudi, loving life. Now, I had met a couple people the night before and maybe followed one of them on Instagram. And that one guy happened to be at Complex Con, him and his homie, and I was talking to him, and I said, yo, is that Cameron? And we both turned to our left, and Killer Cameron is literally sitting by himself on a chair full of Four Locos. Yes, that is exactly what I said. That is exactly what was happening. He was just sitting in a sponsored chair as the king of the Four Locos. And when I say nobody was in line to see Killer Cam, I mean not a soul. There was a straight line to talk to Cameron. So I turned to the guy who I just met a day ago and I said, hey, can you film me? I am about to go rap for Cameron. Here's what happened.
White boys, are they in love with the cocoa? You may not know about me, but I'm guessing that your hoe knows. Any dots about me that you have, you should hold those. Only time I'm posting is for Instagram photos, yeah. So they taking the pic. I'm only me, never faking a bit. I know people used to hate before they knew me, but it's getting really hard to hate. Not me. Listen to the flow, though, yeah.
Where you from?
Canada.
Canada?
Yeah.
You got me down here visiting?
No, I'm out here for school, but
What school?
USC.
They're pretty dope, man.
Thank you.
Take one up.
Yeah.
You ever
Yeah.
did any
Disclaimer, I was a little chubby. I had that freshman 15 on me, okay? But the bars weren't bad, okay? Now, were they the greatest raps in the world? No. But were they awful? No. There was potential there, and Cam saw it because he asked me where I was from, and I said Winnipeg, and he said, oh, I got a bar about Winnipeg. He said, I used to like Winnipeg. So he's like, take my number. You got potential. You're going to school here. You're a smart dude. Like, let's work on something. We'd love to have you in the studio. I'm new to LA. I don't know how this stuff works. I get a text back from Cam. He said, yo, it's Cam. Let's hit the stew soon. I said, bet. I'm sure I didn't say bet. I probably said sounds good. This is what he says the next day to me. He said, I'll text you at 5 p.m. with the location. I don't know if this is how it normally works, but I was in class and I had to tell my teacher, hey, I'm gonna be getting a text from this rapper, so do you mind if I look at my phone during class? I'm not trying to be rude, but I just wanna let you know why I'm looking at my phone. I'm paying attention, but I'm also waiting for a text from a rapper. She said, which rapper? I said, Cameron. She said, oh, hey ma, what's up?
And we gon' get it hot tonight.
I was like, yeah, that one. She's like, okay, that's cool. So shout out to her. Then it's 8 p.m. I still haven't received a text from Cam. I'm like, is this text ever gonna come through? I'm sitting there waiting, having anxiety. So I was asking my friend Bree, who had she lived in LA her whole life. I'm like, is this an LA thing? Like, should I wait? Do I wait a little while? Like, at what point do I like text him? She's like, text him at like 10 if he doesn't respond. So he never sent me the location. So I texted him at 10. I said, yo, we still hitting the studio? And he said, yeah, here's the address. So he sent me the address, and then I'm about to leave. I'm about to order my Uber. He said, we're meeting there at midnight, pull up. So I'm about to leave. I'm about to order my Uber, and then he texted me, he said, yo, my bad, bro. We didn't end up going to the studio tonight. I'll hit you another time. I was like, okay, sounds good. I think he texted me the next day and the same thing happened. But long story short, we never ended up going to the studio. I think he ended up changing his number at some point, or like, I didn't really even know if I should text him. I think I just left it. I was like, you know what? This is a great story. But the best part of the story is the next year, at Complex Con, who's there? None other than Cam again. This time, he's talking to Dave East. Now, for context, I had kind of stopped rapping because my media career was going so well. I was interning for Power 106. I was helping out with red carpets. I was doing my thing, trying to pursue being a media voice and a personality and an interviewer. And it was going well. So I was like, okay, maybe I put the rap dream aside for a second. And I hadn't really written or memorized bars in a year, okay? So I go up to Cam and all I was gonna do was kind of just chop it up and be like, yo, remember me? You know, I know you got a new number, let's connect again. So I waited in line. There was this time an actual line to talk to Cam, but he was chopping it up with Dave East when I got up there. Dave walked up to him, and Cam stops his conversation with Dave East and goes, yo, Dave, this guy rapped for me last year. He was fire. I was like, thank you. And I like dapped up Dave, I dapped up Cam, and Cam goes, rap for us again. And keep in mind, I have not written a bar all year. Okay, I haven't even thought about rapping. So the only verse that I still memorized off the top was the exact same verse that I rapped for him last year. And I didn't know it as well, because I hadn't practiced it. So I rapped him the same verse, kind of stumbled a little bit. He looked at Dave and said, I'm not gonna lie, he was better last year. But Cam did give me his number again. He did say, yo, I still fuck with you. I wanna connect. I think I had texted him the next day and he never answered. So we never hit the studio. So Cameron, I know you're actually ironically doing your media thing right now. So if you wanna have me on as a media personality and we can just talk shit, no freestyles necessary, even though you've been killing it with the freestyles, I do have some bars here and there still that I can bring to the table, and I will practice for that moment. If you invite Dave, you know, let him know I can get redemption.
On a beat, so I'm back with the rapping. In fact, if you ask if I'm whack, I'm like, dude, are you talking to me?
Anyways,